Hello and how's it going on again, comrades? In today's video, we're gonna rank all the weapons of Deadly Games from worst to best. Now we're gonna study them one by one and I'm gonna point out different strategies to consider if you got these weapons. By the way, comrades, if you haven't watched my video about how to avoid these Deadly Games stabbers, well, I highly recommend you to go see it because I've pointed out important techniques and strategies for you to safely acquire these weapons and to survive the start of the match. So okay, without further ado, let's get started then. The least or probably the worst weapon that you could get in Deadly Games is this freaking shotgun. Now it looks intimidating and its fire noise really sounds devastating, but it's not what you think it is, comrades. This weapon is an absolute joke. Just see for yourself. Well, as you can see, this weapon has a low ammo and it takes time for it to reload. As a shotgun, it should deal massive damage in short range, but yeah, even at close range, it is still an absolute crap. Well, comrades, if you get this weapon at the start of the match, I highly recommend you that you run away from your enemies and find a better weapon. Because if you're planning to fight them head on with this shit, well, you don't stand a chance. Now this weapon, comrades, is also an absolute shit. I know you probably used this weapon once in your early levels and you can tell how ineffective and useless this bullshit. As an area damage weapon, it doesn't deal much and it reloads all the time. Even a knife can defeat this crap, so if you got this weapon, I suggest you go get a better one because do you really think it can stand a chance against machine guns or rifles? Okay, another shotgun. Now its damage is quite the same as the first shotgun we talked about, but I can say that this one is better due to its more ammo supply. If you got this weapon, try to avoid open areas and pick your opponents at close range. Again, there are better weapons out there than this shotgun, so I suggest you to go look for another one because against a rifle or any automatic weapon out there, you don't stand a chance. The pistol is merely a backup weapon, but it's preferable than getting one of those crappy shotguns. It has a decent fire rate and a good reload time, but has a relatively poor damage. It's good if you're trying to kill one opponent at a time, but if you're planning to take multiple targets with this one, well, good luck to you, my friend. Now this weapon is really good at close range. It also has enough ammo to cook one enemy. Yeah, that's right, one magazine is enough to kill one opponent. But keep in mind, comrades, that this weapon is only designed at close range. So if you're planning to kill an enemy miles away from you, well, that can happen to you. I recommend avoid open areas and pick your enemies in narrow places one at a time. But again, there are more better weapons out there than this one. The knife is the best weapon at close range. Yeah, that's right, hands down for the knife. Even against shotguns and flamethrower, this weapon can still beat the shit out of their face. Why? Mainly because it deals a massive amount of damage, especially if you're stabbing them in their head, plus it gives you the maximum mobility you need to dodge their attacks. If you don't have any weapon and you wanna rely on your knife, I suggest to plan your kills very careful and don't engage your enemy head on, but rather assassinate them one at a time where they can't see you. Yes, this alien weapon is next from our list. It's better than the pistol because it deals a greater amount of damage, but this weapon suffers from a high recoil. Meaning to say, you tend to lose your accuracy if you're holding down the fire button for a long time. It also has a long reload time, which you don't wanna happen to you if you're in a firefight. Well, you can win the match with this weapon, but like I said before, there are more better weapons out there than this one. Deuce is the weapon in deadly games that has the fastest rate of fire. It also deals a decent amount of damage, which makes it really useful, especially in close range. What I really like about this weapon is its good mobility. You can move really fast or dodge your enemy's attack while giving him a spray of bullets he wished he could survive for. If you get this weapon, sneak closer to your opponent and give him his worst nightmare. Next, we have the Mad Deuce of Pixel Gun. Now this weapon has the largest amount of ammo in deadly games. It also deals a great damage and it has a decent rate of fire. People tend to spray this weapon for a long time due to its massive ammo, but that's not really recommended because this weapon suffers from a high recoil and you lose your accuracy if you spray it for too long. You can engage any enemy by this weapon, but always bear in mind that this weapon is really heavy and you might get outplayed by a fast player. In order to survive deadly games, you need to be quiet at all times. And as much as possible, you don't want your opponents to know where you are. Well, this weapon is the most suppressed gun, meaning to say you could kill your enemy instantly without giving away your position. It deals a decent amount of damage and it's really good for medium to short range. Plus it's really light, therefore you could move really fast and chase your targets one by one. This weapon is designed for stealth kills, so if you got one of these, I suggest not to fight your enemies head on, but rather assassinate them one by one in a safe position or in a distance where they can't really see you. There's no safer way to kill your opponents other than hunting them from a long distance. This weapon deals a serious amount of damage, especially if you hit them in the head. It doesn't matter if they're miles away, as long as they're in your scope, they'll be dead before they know where you are. This weapon is probably the worst sniper in Pixel Gun, but in deadly games, it can really kick some serious asses out there. In order to master this weapon, you need to work your aim and awareness. It also has a low ammo supply and a long reload time, so it is important for you to make every shot count. Overall, it is a great advantage if you pick up this weapon, and I highly recommend you to go to high places where you can see most of the map and pick your enemies one at a time. I can assure you, if you get this weapon right, and your enemy will be dead before they can know your position. Now here's a real ass kicker. The AK-47 is the most reliable weapon in deadly games. Long range, medium range, or even at close quarters, this gun can nail your opponents. Plus it's really damn accurate and really powerful, which can cause a really serious nightmare. I always recommend that you should always play it safe, but if you pick up this gun, it doesn't matter. Your opponents will run away from you like little chickens if they see you holding one of these, because hell yeah, they don't really stand a chance. But don't get too comfortable, comrades. Yes, you can outfight them, but always keep in mind that there's always a possibility that your opponents can outsmart you. What will happen if you combine the AK-47 with the sniper rifle? Well, the answer is... that's right, it's already a secured victory if you pick up this rifle. It is indeed without a doubt the best weapon in deadly games. Short range? No problem. It has a high rate of fire and a devastating damage. Well, how about long range? Easy peasy thanks to its long scope, nigga. Well, how about ammo supply? I've got 40 rounds on my clip and a lot more in my reserves. So what will you do if you pick up one of these weapons? Are you gonna kill them all? No, comrades, that's a big no. Yes, you can kill every single one of them, but that doesn't mean you have to do it the reckless way. Get to a vantage point where you can see most of the map, or to a place where most of the players are going. Just sit tight there and wait for them to pass by, then just kill them off one by one. In that way, it's an easy win for you, and you're not risking your life. So I hope you enjoyed watching this video, comrades. Please like and subscribe and let me know your favorite weapons in deadly games down here in the comment section below. And as I've said earlier, these are just weapons and they really don't make a difference if you're constantly getting killed at the start of the match. So I highly recommend you this video right here. I talk about a lot of tips there and strategies that you could do to avoid these stabbers at the start of the match. So thanks for watching, comrades. I hope you learned a thing or two from me, and I will see you guys next time.